up, Whale fam? Welcome back to another Fireside chat here, joined by Slime Sunday and Liz Suman from PlayBoy. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling? I know it's crazy sometimes you spend time in the NFT land, but you guys seem to be handling it well. Back for your second drop on Nifty Gateway. So tell me about that. How do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good, pretty confident. We definitely worked super hard on this. So it was like a 1 month to 2 month process of I've been in contact with Liz ever since we started, pretty much talking every day to make sure that, this comes out really well.
Dope. I mean, it must be an honor. Sometimes people fight really hard to get on Nifty Gateway, period, and then to be invited back means you did something very, very well over there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, the competition in the NFT space is pretty insane right now. Nobody really expected it to be where it is at this point.
I bet. And so much has changed since your last drop, right? Now you're back here. You're accompanied by Liz. Liz, welcome
Hi.
to the world community and the NFT space in general as a whole. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your role, kind of how you ended up here with us.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I am an editor at PlayBoy, or I was the editor of the magazine when we were still publishing the print magazine. And my background is in art. And so it's gone from sort of getting to work with art in the print space and then moving into this digital NFT world with Slime, who has actually been in the magazine before. So it's kind of a cool full circle PlayBoy Slimesunday story. And now to be doing it on Nifty is awesome. So yeah, we're really, really excited to have this be the first sort of moment that we enter the NFT world.
Very cool. I'm sure the community is huge, and I'm sure the PlayBoy brand has no shortage of fans. And it's really cool to see brands like this and more mainstream things kind of enter the space. I know it's been happening more frequently, but something like the adult entertainment industry is always first and always dictating kind of how the trends of media. So it's very, very cool and our honor to have something to do with that here on the real community and just in the NFT space in general, especially presented the way that Slime does here with these awesome collages, man.
Thanks, dude.
It is so cool. We chatted a little bit about the art yesterday prior to the stream, and I was just like, all right, don't tell me anymore. I want to know. I want to find out what everyone finds out because this is really, really cool. There's hidden things. There's things with a lot of meaning, and I can't wait till you guys describe. You don't have to do every single piece, I know, but Slime, if you want to go over like maybe your favorite ones or the most iconic ones with the most meaning, yeah, tell us a little bit about some of these pieces, please.
Yeah, I would say like definitely the most iconic one is one Satoshi, just because this is going to be the auction piece. It clearly like features the Playboy masthead, which is super iconic, and we just wanted to make sure that for the one of one that it was specific that we stuck to a cover. And obviously I've kind of changed it up to fit a little bit more with crypto art, but I didn't want to change it up so much that it takes away from the original cover. So I kind of just put it originally had a Playboy, the rabbit head on the stamp, and we've just substituted that with Satoshi, or just a image that represents Satoshi. And then instead of saying $1, we changed it to one Satoshi. And instead of entertainment for men, we changed it to pleasure for all. And we have like in each one of the photos, there's a hidden rabbit head. So in this one, I don't know, like I'll just point it out immediately because it was a little time to find. If you look at the nail, there's a rabbit head right here. And in each photo, there'll be a hidden rabbit head somewhere.
Dope. So it's something for people to stare at when you put it up on your wall. People come over, they try to find the hidden rabbit.
Yeah, and it's something that's been part of Playboy's. So one thing that was important to both Slime and Playboy was that, especially this being Playboy's first entree into the NFT space, to just do everything in a way that shows how much we respect the community, and then also kind of builds on our 70-year art world history narrative, like in a thoughtful way. And so there's Easter eggs like all throughout the collection, like what Slime just said, the stamp was changed, but I came to him and told him about this tradition we had that Playboy covers since the 1960s. Almost everyone has had a hidden rabbit, and sometimes editors would put a clue to help you find the rabbit in the beginning of the magazine. And so we actually, so Slime had a really fun time finding cool places to hide them. And then I wrote little clues that help you figure out where they are to sort of like nod back to that tradition.
Yeah, and then the model herself has a really interesting story. If you want to tell that, Liz.
Yeah,
you'll do it better than me.
Yeah,
I'll give the
excellent tidbit of info. Please share.
Yeah, so the cover model, her name's Lena, and she's known as the first lady of the internet. So she was in Playboy in 72, and her centerfold, this cover is 1973, I think, April 73, but her centerfold was in 72. And the image of her was used by, there were these like engineers passing around a Playboy magazine at the University of Southern California, and they loved her centerfold image. So they ended up using it as a test photo that helped kind of lay the foundation for the standards for the JPEG and the MPEG. So she's the first lady of the internet, whether you know it or not. When you see images online, they all somehow trace back to Lena. And when you see Satoshi on here, you know, he's the king of crypto. Lena's the first lady of the internet. So we created kind of a little arranged marriage on the cover of this of this magazine that neither of them asked for. Hopefully they'll be excited about. And this is the first ever digital Playboy cover ever to be sold. So we're sort of pulling all those different things together to try to make it a really special moment.
That is a huge deal.
Yeah, like I don't even know how I was so lucky to be involved in the first Playboy digital NFT cover ever to be
How
sold.
did you land this gig, Slime?
Dude, I have no idea.
I mean, even me right now, like doing this interview, like it's iconic. It means a lot. Just finding a standard for pretty much every single picture on the internet, that's huge. And Playboy is a part of it, and a female, wow, that's great. And again, going back to how Playboy is always pushing the limits and the adult entertainment industry now into NFTs, again, putting their stamp on it. And now it's forever. It's on the blockchain, right? You can't deny it.
That's true.
It's true.
Dope. So yeah, everyone out of all these collections, you know, do your best, try to find the rabbits within all of them. You know, if you can't purchase one, you still have fun, a little image hunting.
Yeah, I mean, some are definitely easier than others, but some are a lot more difficult. So yeah, we'll talk about this piece real quick. Yeah. Mosaic, which for me is just kind of like a representation of what I've been doing for years, which is like creatively censoring images so that I can get them past like Instagram algorithms. And usually when we've censored media, we always use like a mosaic or a pixelated. If you look, like pixelated images are always mosaics. So I wanted this photo to still look like really beautiful, but also, you know, like a nod to the technical aspects of censorship, which is, you know, mosaics and pixelation. And Liz, if you want to talk about the model.
Yeah. So the model in this one is Playmate Narita Bird. She's actually the only model who's in 2 of the images in the collection. And what Slime did was so the theme of the collection is liquid summer for a lot of reasons. There's the obvious ones, like, you know, crypto is liquid, NFT is a new form of creative expression. And then we also pulled a bunch of imagery from, Playboy loves a good beach shoot. This is a sexy beach shoot with Narita, and so you'll see a lot of the imagery has water or makes you think of summer, and it's a very Playboy image for a lot of reasons. What Slime's done with it, because we deal with censorship all the time too, as you could expect, both in modern times and then throughout the publication's history. And we also really, really always love a good combination of high and low, fine art, pop art, contemporary. We've had everyone from Keith Haring to Salvador Dali in our pages before. So this is a really nice kind of mashup of like old and new and classic and fun, and it feels very. This is probably my favorite. This is, aside from the cover, it feels very beautiful and Playboy to me.
For sure. And it kind of, your past drop was called Banned from the Internet on Nifty Gateway. And in here, or in all the images, you can see how you can you're playing right along the lines of what's acceptable on what platform. And it is beautiful. Very, very, very Playboy.
Yeah, man, this has been obviously an awesome experience, like being able to dig through the archives and find images like that I just want to work with. That's like the fun part about this. So yeah, we can go over and talk about.
I can see you had a lot of fun with this whole thing.
Oh, dude, I love. This is like right up my alley.
How long, if you don't mind me asking, from start to finish has it been?
Since for this collection?
Yes.
Probably 2 months, maybe, right?
Yeah, probably 2 months, and like a really, really packed 2 months. So not just we're not talking like 5. We're not talking like occasional calls. We're talking like 10, 13, 15 days, 15 hours.
Yeah, it's actually like the entire, there's such a big team that worked on this collection. Like it wasn't just me, it was all of Playboy, and they put a ton of effort into this as well. Like we've all just been in constant communication and involved in kind of like every aspect of this collection, to how things were written out and, what the imagery was. So yeah, it was just a huge team effort to even make this drop possible.
Yeah, it's not easy. Definitely not. But 2 months in crypto time is like 2 years. So I know it took you.
True. So true.
Yeah, seriously.
Cool.
But yeah, this so this is kind of like the theme image of the collection. And for me as a collage artist, like the most difficult things are finding images that line up perfectly perspective wise. So finding like an aerial shot that matches up to the way the picture was taken is always like super complex to like get that perfectly right. So yeah, most of like the edit itself for this probably took about 2 hours, but finding the right images to use probably took like 2 days or so. So and this one, there's 3 hidden bunnies. One's half a rabbit head, one's a full rabbit head, and then there's like a big rabbit head in the shadow down here.
Oh, now I see it. As soon as you said it, of course.
Yeah. I wish I could pull up the full image.
Yeah.
It's this one's good because obviously the focus is very how do I say this, towards the center of the image, so you're not really looking for the rabbit in too many places.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Yeah, it's right. Can you guys see this better?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So there's like the rabbit head there, and then if you really zoom in, there's half a rabbit head here and a rabbit head here.
Oh man, that one did not make it easy at all.
Yeah, that one's a pretty one. I didn't even know about the third one until yesterday. I thought there were two.
Yeah, that's like kind of like you're not really supposed to even see those. It's just fun to put them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the gamified kind of. It's our kind of nod to the crypto community and everything being gamified, and like it just happened to be like an Easter egg that was already in our history, so it was kind of perfect. And this playmate, Miki Hamano, she's awesome. She's just like super smart, really, really, really funny, like really bright personality, and she so is kind of there were a lot of like happy accidents like that, where the imagery that Slime was drawn to ended up being people that were really like big parts of the Playboy kind of family. And one thing that was important to me and to our team was that we wanted to make sure, like kind of in the spirit of collaboration, that's like such a, and sort of, you know, helping continue to support and help artists have ownership over their own work. In that same spirit, it was important to me that we connected with the original models and photographers and like let them know that we're doing this, and you know, we have the commercial rights to these images, but we wanted to actually include them in the process. So if you come to you know, if you see on our socials, or you see like we have a Clubhouse chat tomorrow, like a lot of the original models and photographers will be there, and hopefully talking to everybody in the community about like their role in the pieces. And so it's definitely become like this kind of crazy organic like family affair, like across different, like Mike's DMing with like a playmate from 1997 about her foundation application. Like it's just like lots of new like friendships being made.
Yeah, like we got her a foundation invite, which was super. Yeah. And she's actually super talented. Like I saw her work and I was immediately like, wow, this is actually really good. So it's one of the models in this photo. It's her, right?
Yeah, Victoria Fuller. She's on the left. Should I get the painting to show them?
Yeah, show them the painting. Yeah, so she's actually like super talented, and she was having a hard time getting on platform. So we got her a foundation invite, and hopefully she's going to start minting some NFTs. I'll definitely be out there trying to buy them.
That was definitely one of my questions. Hey,
I don't know how to do that.
Shadow Rabbit.
It's actually sick. Like I want.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, so we have a really big one of those in our office at Playboy US headquarters, and she made it for, I think she made it for Hugh Hefner, and then she made me this little one. So I have like the baby one, and the big one's like at our office, and it's like,
that's nice.
Times bigger.
Be on foundation, now we can all get a piece.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That was kind of like one of my next questions was, you know, are any of the past playmates and people involved? And it's really cool to see that they are, and you know, and to on a different level, like actually getting involved with the space.
Yeah.
That says a lot to the quality of work that this drop has been, but also that intrigue that the blockchain does have to people. It's just pulling people in from all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we haven't been able to find everyone. So if anyone's listening and you haven't been contacted, or we haven't connected yet, let us know, because we've tried everyone, and I think we've reached almost everyone who's still alive. We just found Lena, so that's exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
we can get all our NFTs signed after the drop.
Yeah.
That would be sick. All right, Slime, what up? Which piece do we have up next?
So this is 2021 to 1861, and this artwork was created in 1861, like the background image, but I kind of like added a few little twists. Like there's a hidden rabbit head here. We've added some bunny ears onto her, but also this is kind of just like a juxtaposition between female beauty in the past to like now, and also the fact that like she's going back in time to explain to them how art will evolve. And being the fact that I'm from Salem, Massachusetts, obviously like her response is witch. And it's just, yeah, like she's trying to explain like future technology and they have no clue what she's talking about. So the only response here is to label her a witch, and yeah.
I mean, you know, the part about traveling back in time might have to do a little bit with it.
Yeah, that too.
The blockchain is confusing enough for spells.
Yeah, but this is like the response of everybody you try to explain blockchain technology to.
Yeah. Magic internet women. No, dope. I love it. It's a cool contrast between the old and the new.
And then, yeah, this one is called Redacted. And a lot of my work features rips and tears to sort of like censorship or censor certain things. And we took a lot of articles from the Playboy archives that were about censorship, and we incorporated them into the rips. Like this is a title of an article, and there's some articles over here. When you get the high res, you'll see that there's like some stuff about censorship down there as well. And then we also, like, John William Godward is like one of my favorite academic artists. So I've hidden little artworks by him in the background. Yeah, this is like probably my personal favorite piece, just because of the amount of time that went into it. Like, because I had to, make these rips by hand and then scan them into the computer to make them digital, and then lay them out on the artwork in a way that looks really nice.
Yeah, I love this one, how you can really tell the difference between the photograph and the collage strips. And then to have like articles about censorship, like providing the censorship is like, is just really creative. And yeah, this is one of my favorite ones too, is definitely.
And then there's of course a bunny head, a rabbit head up here.
Oh, we gotta keep finding. We gotta collect them all.
Yeah. All right. This one's here.
Fun.
This one's here, there, and then there's like a piece of a rabbit head here.
Cool.
Yeah.
You mentioned the high res file. Kind of for those people that want to snoop even further. You can get that after you purchase the NFT.
Well, we'll be uploading, like, Nifty Gateway has the ability to upload the high res file. So if you go on Nifty Gateway and you right click, you can click open image, and that should be the high res file. But if for some reason it's not, and somebody wants to like reach out to me and get the high resolution file that's an owner of the image, like, I'm completely fine with getting that to them.
Cool. All right, this one looks interesting. This one looks like it took some time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is puzzled, and I do a lot of things with puzzles in order to censor things, but I kind of reverse censored this one and put the puzzle pieces in places that doesn't really matter, like that was kind of the goal behind this one, was to do like a reverse censorship, because usually I use puzzle pieces to censor out certain things, but like I didn't want to censor this image. I don't think it should be censored. So
yeah.
What was kind of the piece that got you on this censorship resistant route? Like, did you have a piece taken down from somewhere that you posted, or
yeah,
why have you been fighting the power?
I mean, I've been I've been making art for like 10 years, but I really started doing collage art with vintage magazines probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And ever since then, like 90% of the stuff I created last year has been deleted by Instagram and social media platforms. So for me, it was just like, why is this getting deleted? It just really frustrated me. So it just made me want to, fight against it and try and get this stuff out there,
That must be tough, right? You spend a bunch of time working on something, you're excited, people are retweeting, and then it's gone.
Yeah, in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And of course, Playboy's been, fighting the same thing for years. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and puzzles too. Censorship for sure. Like in the 60s, we won a big like a legal battle against the post office for not letting us distribute the magazine. It was like one of our early like First Amendment censorship crusades. And then puzzles are also they're very Slimesunday and very Playboy too. Our founding art director, Art Paul, who created the logo, the Playboy logo, he used to do a lot of really fun stuff with puzzles on covers, and then would turn them, work with a jigsaw creator and turn them into actual puzzles. So this was not a curatorial decision. This was just Slime like going on his own and made this puzzle. There was like another happy accident that made my job easier, because he just came up with this awesome puzzle thing, and I was like, this is perfect because of all these kind of connections to like Playboy's graphic design history.
You guys are definitely in sync. There's some similarities.
Maybe it's like somehow in my subconscious from looking at so many Playboy magazines that I use a lot of like puzzle related stuff.
We did
Yeah,
speak about
probably.
your collection. We did speak about your collection. How many? Do you know how many about issues do you own?
Quite a few. I own a
Enough
lot.
to
I
know,
own a
enough to
lot
know their style.
I own a lot of like spin-off issues as well. Like, yeah, I have a whole collection like on my shelf over here of just random magazines.
Were the
I
spin-off
also collect a lot of Omni magazine, which I'm a huge fan of.
Were the spin-off ones kind of just more interesting because they looked a little bit more creative to you?
There's one called Girls of Summer that I really like because it's a lot of like stuff that were actually very similar to the collection that we're doing now, but just the aesthetic of those images being summer water photos always stood out to me.
Cool. All right, who's up next?
That's so we're limiting it to 6 images for this collection, and I believe that was the last one.
Yeah.
So
someone in the chat just asked, are these going to be available on NFT Gateway? Yes, that answer is definitely yes on Tuesday. Do you know the time?
Yeah, so 6:30 is when the auctions will go live, and then this is Eastern time, by the way, and then at 7, the other mechanisms will open up.
Sweet. So you heard, folks, 6:30 Eastern time on Tuesday. One of the mechanisms kicks off, and then the rest of them at 7. Yeah, I mean, what else would you like the audience and our community to know about this collection? We went through how long it took you, and a lot of historical significance behind it. What else was one of the things that kind of stood out from this project for you?
I think just it sounds a little corny, but I think the collaboration part of it for me was what stood out the most. Like it really took on a life of its own. It started off as, a partnership that made sense, and then it turned into this like really creative process where all these people that didn't know each other or kind of knew each other forged like all these new relationships and created this thing based on his beautiful work. And it just, PlayBoy has been in the art world for, like I said, for decades. And so the opportunity to provide a platform, literally on NFT Gateway platform, for artists to, continue to kind of push the boundaries of censorship and self-expression and freedom of expression it's exciting. This is our first NFT drop, and we have a history of really taking risks in the art world. And so this is it's exciting to be here. It's just an exciting moment for us.
That's so cool. The similarities between the blockchain space in general and what you just described are very, very similar. Like, you can start off, well, you're like, oh, well, I just wanted to make some money, and now you're in this Discord planning out another NFT project, or like the next NFT project or protocol or platform, and it just kind of takes on a life of its own. That's what I think kind of attracts people, because once you get a taste of it, of what's going on, you're like, whoa, this is actually really cool. I thought we were just gonna release another image. That's what we do, but
the space is addicting, man. It really is. Like, I remember getting involved last year, and at the beginning, for me, it was like I didn't have any money because the music industry completely shut down, and that's where 95% of my work was done to make money. And when that shut down, I had no income. So I came in originally to see if I could make some extra money to pay rent, and I got absolutely addicted to the space, and it's just amazing what has transpired since I got involved into where we are now with like how popular NFTs have become. Nobody was really talking about it last year, and now all of a sudden it's like everybody knows what an NFT is. It's insane.
It can only get a bit bigger and grow. Something as important as PlayBoy, coming into the space, it has a huge significance, because you still have those magazines from all that time, and now with images coming onto the blockchain and proving authenticity and you guys, there's a story behind each one of these that is really cool. It's kind of putting their stamp in the forever book even more. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
very, very sweet, cool. We didn't even mention, dude, that you work very closely with Blau.
Yeah, I do.
Now
Yeah,
that you mentioned music briefly,
yeah, that's
um,
my other project, which is
tell,
completely different from Slime Sunday.
I know. Well, you have Slime Sunday by Blau, right? Or yeah.
No, we have SSX Blau, which is like an audio visual project that we started back in August.
Right.
And that took on like its own, yeah, I don't even know, like it was just a really cool project to work on, and it was completely different from what I usually do for Slime Sunday. So I don't even know if people know if I'm involved in that project because of how different it is.
Dude, you are just on a wave, on a wave.
I know. I was telling Liz the other day that I don't think I've slept since August. Like it's literally been one drop after another, like of just continuous NFT.
Did you kind of visualize this for yourself and or for other collage artists? Period. Did you
No.
imagine such a huge piece that you would be such an integral part of all this?
Not at all, man. Like before the NFT space, I was making barely any money at all to like live as an artist. Like it was like the quintessential like struggling artist, And this space has like completely given me the opportunity to do things that I never thought would be possible. It's changed my life in a very significant way, and I'm super thankful for this space. And I'm sure a lot of artists feel the same way as I do about that.
Dude, it's huge. Doing what you love, having the time to do it. You haven't slept, but you didn't really complain about it at all, right?
No, I love it, man.
Wow.
So that just means that you're really, really enjoying what you do, and I think that's the achievement that all artists would like to reach, right? Not the money, just continue having a way to do what you love to do, and definitely you can tell that it's happening here. I'm not too much of an artistic person, but I do love collages. I don't know why I feel like because then every time you stare at it, you can like little Where's Waldo type thing, and you always find something new. So I love your art. I identify with it. The ones that are kind of like ripped out, those remind me a lot of the advertisements in the New York City subway, where sometimes those like people just rip them out to be assholes, or not so much censorship, but they'll see like a pretty face and rip out the face.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
I mean,
when I
I
see
love
that,
to like go into the subway and scrape those ads down, get a whole for like
next drop
That's a good idea,
next month. No sleep till Brooklyn.
Yeah, one thing I will say, like I've been freelancing for years, and usually it's me and I'm the only person like working on the project, but PlayBoy was super involved in like every aspect of this, which I didn't expect from the beginning. Like it seems like they really want to figure out how to evolve in this space in the future, and I think they're going to do a lot of great things here.
Someone has a question for Liz. Has Elizabeth been into the NFT space previous to this, in business or as a collector? This is a good question.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so I'm relatively new to the NFT space. I'm old to the art world. Both at PlayBoy and before that. Both like fine art stuff and then a lot of graffiti related projects. And I'm pretty new to NFTs, but I am loving it. Slime has been sort of like a coach of sorts for me. Every time I have a question, and that's also been like a cool thing about this community I've appreciated a lot, is how everybody just wants everyone else to succeed. Like if you don't have the answer to something, if you ask someone, they'll help you. And you can't really say that about a lot of communities, I think. Some, but it feels special. For collecting, I think I have, how many do I have, Slime? I have like 10.
Yeah, you got a lot now.
I have like 10. I dove in pretty hard. And then I've also been buying for PlayBoy's collection. So between those two, the the price points range a little bit between my collection and Playboy's collection, but I'm having fun.
Yeah, you guys, Playboy has a Beeple.
Oh, okay. The flex.
We have a Beeple. We have a Blake Catherine, Slimesunday, we have a Dot Pigeon. You can go check out our page. I secretly snuck in a really funny rabbit one the other day, an artist I'd never heard of, but I like the rabbit, so.
Guys got a Wisby.
Got a Wisby. I love those bears. So I think
Trying to get him to buy a CryptoPunk.
Yes. I'll put one up for sale.
Yeah. And I bought these apes. Now I've got an ape. Slime, how many apes do you have now?
Oh, you aped into the
I'm addicted. I'm literally just like, I'm trying to just get the rare ones. Like all the rarities came out recently, so I've been just like scavenging the top 100 and trying to get one of those. But like nobody have them listed. Of course, 888 is like scooped up like 90% of the rare ones. So.
This is so cool to hear because as the person Liz, we're very welcome to the space and keep collecting, but just to find out that brands are also aping into things, it's like brands, they're just like us. So I'm sure it makes people feel like, all right, I knew I wasn't crazy.
Yeah, that was the most important part about. In addition to finding an artist that made sense for Playboy and then also was already really respected in this space, like it was important to us and will continue to be important to us to do this the right way. Like we're in Discord at night, we're buying apes, we just formed a partnership, a grant program with Sevens. Like we really want this to be about community and kind of going into it as a big brand in a thoughtful way, in a way that I don't think always happens. And, I think people like Paris Hilton have done a really good job of that too. She's like sort of leveraged her she's obviously very famous and she's leveraged that to enter the space in kind of a thoughtful way. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool when big brands and big personalities kind of approach it that way.
Yeah, and especially this way that it's buying and selling, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
You gotta buy.
Yeah, you gotta buy. You gotta
give back. I think that's the most important aspect of this community, and everybody involved here. If you're an artist, you're always buying other artists' work. That's the fun part about it. It's like I don't know. Everybody here like Liz said, everybody here wants everyone to succeed. That's the best part of it.
It's nobody has to do anything that they don't want to do, but like you said, you saw that picture of the rabbit and you're like, well, I gotta have that, and it wasn't like now I have to reach my buying quota. It's just we all see cool things that we like and you just buy it.
Yeah, it's an art and a science, I think.
Dope. What is, if you can share maybe a little bit or just a little bit over the top, what is something that you think, it could be personally or that Playboy is kind of looking into, or what's interesting or next on the radar for you guys?
So we're working, we have another drop on Nifty. We're working on their Pride drop, like an initiative that is with Blake Catherine and another curator. So we're gonna be a contributor to that. And then there are definitely more projects in the works and to come throughout the rest of the summer and the rest of this year that I can't really get into. But we're definitely seeing this as a big part one to a much bigger story for Playboy and NFTs.
Okay, so sometime in June we can expect the Blake Catherine thing to go down.
Yep, we'll be back in June, and then we'll be back later in the summer as well on Nifty.
Well, you're new, so I'm gonna excuse you for the lack of alpha that you did not leak anything. So next time we need some alpha leaks. We need some leaks, but you're
No
doing
problem.
good. You're doing good. You're doing good.
I'll come to you first, I promise.
Yeah. The Blake Catherine thing in June, that'll hold us off for a little bit. Don't worry. Slime, do you plan on getting any sleep in the next couple of months?
Yes. I'm taking a break, man. After this drop, I'm probably going to like take a month to just figure out what happened from when I entered the space. Like, really let it sink in because it hasn't yet. It's just been go. So yeah, I'm going to take some time off and then come back and hopefully do something crazy. I have an idea that I really want to do that I can't really talk about, but we're going to try and get that.
You guys.
It has to do with the billboard. I'll say that.
Okay. You see, there you go. You know, you're playing the game.
I'm easy to like get things out of.
Liz, I saw you had your finger raised.
I was gonna say there's one other thing actually that Slime and I have been talking about that involves cannabis, and that's all we can say.
Yeah, that's very true.
So we're gonna roll up a joint in giant billboard paper. That's fine. That works for me, man. We have a question here from the audience. They're actually looking for the rabbit in this puzzled piece. If you can point it out, because it seems like they had some trouble.
That's the most difficult one for sure. Yeah. So when you get the high res, you'll see that it's right here. Can you see me circling on this?
Yes, very lightly. That one's tricky, man.
Yeah. So it's like engraved in the sand, and I erased like a little bit of the air so it doesn't like stand out completely. But yeah, I think Liz and Rachel came back and said the original one I did was too easy to find, so I made this one like impossible.
He's like, I'll get them. Perfect. All right, y'all. If what other details do you think we should know for this drop? I don't know if things like has Nifty like released things like prices or anything.
No, I don't think we can talk about pricing just yet because there's still some adjustments we're making. So I don't want to commit to anything before it comes out.
Yeah, we can say that there'll be a range of mechanisms and a range, like a spectrum of price points.
Cool. I really like what Nifty Gateway is doing these days with trying new mechanisms, having it be like a random serial number, really, really giving these some thought so that everyone that really wants one can get involved and it's not botted to death. And I see why some brands kind of can gravitate towards them because for as little as it may seem, it is a big deal. Just back then people would just, all right, it's for sale, everything's open, and then it's just gone.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that they're innovating in ways to kind of stop that or gamify it or make it more fun. With the whole raffle system, you're sitting there like, oh my god, am I gonna get one of these?
Am I gonna get a Beeple, or is the website gonna crash?
I feel like mechanisms like that kind of make the piece that much more important to you.
Yeah, man, it's fun to try and get one.
Yeah, it's like I won. I did this. I didn't just put money down. The universe gave me this piece. There was a little money exchange, but it happened. All right, so any links that you think we should for sure have people check out? I love the shop link in your link tree. I was checking out some stickers. So if you can't get some slime pieces tomorrow on Tuesday on Nifty Gateway, cop yourself some stickers or a cell phone case. Yeah, I was Googling that though.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I think we have a clubhouse tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a clubhouse tomorrow on Culture Club, and then we have a release party in Decentraland. When's that? Is that on Tuesday? I think Tuesday. Right?
That's a good question.
Yeah, we've had so much going on. We don't even know the dates up. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'm actually stoked about this Decentraland party. Blau will be DJing, so.
Very cool. That's always a time. I'm trying to find the event here. I have it up. Man, Decentraland is popping. They have a lot of events right now. They just, for those of you that don't know, they just relaunched kind of like a little UI makeover. The plaza that everyone loads into is looking sweet, much nicer. So I encourage everyone to check out the party on Tuesday. It says here Tuesday, May 4th
Mhm.
at 11:30 p.m. UTC. Liquid Summer by PlayBoy, Slime Sunday lunch party. I posted the link there in the chat. It should be a great time. We have a few Decentraland natives around here that'll definitely check it out. Yeah, and it's a really good update. So it's really good coincidence that you guys are dropping right after they like overhaul their whole system. So that should make things even nicer for real.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we'll have a really cool virtual gallery with the Liquid Summer collection. And then Slime and I will be giving like a little our avatars will be giving a little introduction.
Okay, I can't wait to see y'all in there busting out some moves.
Yeah. What button is it to dance again? I already forgot.
I think it's one of the 1 through 6 on the number pad.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's not. You don't have to do the 1, 2, 3 step. Just hit the button one time.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so I'll definitely be in there. I'll send you guys some friend requests. I encourage the rest of the community and everyone listening out there in the metaverse to come through, party. This will be before the drop on Nifty Gateway, which is 6:30 Eastern starts, 7 o'clock. Other mechanisms open up. Is there anything you guys want to leave us with?
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, this was an honor. This was so much fun. Thank you.
No, our pleasure from me and the community as a whole. Anytime you guys got something going on, you definitely feel like you have a home and somewhere and a stage right here in the whale community. Would love to keep seeing what PlayBoy is doing in the space. Since you just said you're not going to sleep. Slime Sunday, we'll see you when you recover and come back from hibernation. Yeah, man. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next Fireside chat.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.